All right, I haven't seen this take yet. Ashley here. I have been basically when I started looking into Twitch and YouTube. She made a lot of good videos about how to get started, tips and tricks, like literally years ago. This popped up on my feed today, so I figure I'll watch it. But literally called "Every Twitch is Dying," or "Every Twitch is Dying" video has been wrong until now. But I mean, a lot of people are upset with Twitch right now with pretty much a lot of people always bring up Hassan. If you don't know who Hassan is, he pretty much he's one of the bigger streamers on Twitch, and he was recently banned for 24 hours. You had Tectone called another streamer fat, got banned for 2 weeks. You got people like Hassan that literally promote terrorism and all kinds of shit, and nothing's ever done. And a lot of people are really upset with Twitch's moderation right now. So I figured, I followed this person for years, so let's see their take on it. I still do want to make videos myself about like talking about things or making videos on like what's going on with topics, like I always have. We got 3,700 videos on the channel, but we got time for this before the state of play, so let's watch it.
You've poured your heart into Twitch, but you're not growing, the platform isn't either, and something happened this week that should make you deeply concerned. If you're still streaming on Twitch, this is your warning. And you can trust me because I've led marketing
and like this, it's funny because like I said on my channel update today, this morning, I was literally doing Twitch only for like 2.5 years, like back in like 2016, 2017. And in 2 years of literally like 30 to 40 hours a week of streaming, I only got to like 230 followers. And I've done really good with YouTube. And it's kind of one of those things where I'm like, all right, you know what? Multi-streaming is pretty much a thing now. I need to branch out. I need to grow. And as soon as I start multi-streaming on Twitch, all this comes out. And I'm like, this is the worst time for me to start multi-streaming, It's fucking horrible.
Almost 70 startups, been a creator for over a decade, and worked with thousands of creators one-on-one over the last 10 years.
See?
So this week,
Helped
TikTok
me out.
officially passed.
Like I said, over a decade. It's who was popular when I was, getting into it. Very, very helpful videos, But I mean,
Twitch.
I got to start getting on TikTok live as well. I would go to Kick, but my computer just doesn't want to do it.
Streaming viewership. If you're still betting on Twitch, I think it's definitely time to realize that growth is stagnant. Twitch has not grown since 2020.
Hold on, pull that graph back. So Twitch here, yeah, I mean, that's COVID, right? And then it blew up. It's pretty much stayed the same. Sure, it's dropping a little bit. It's not like it dropped off completely, Yeah, my 2070 Super. The Hassan flag video was wild, yeah. Beer still in the truck? God damn.
Since 2020.
Nah, Reggie, you're not late, man. Welcome in. That's true. And that's the thing. Like, a lot of these people that post this stuff, if they said it in real life to somebody, they get knocked out.
Creators
that's the old video.
Still struggling to get discovered, and top creators really dominate 90% of
this has been my issue with Twitch since the get-go, right? I could be streaming, I could be, I did the racing game niche, and while it was small, it was easier to get viewers because it wasn't oversaturated. But the thing with Twitch is discoverability. That's always been my biggest problem with Twitch. Like with YouTube, you got a chance. With different keywords, sometimes the algorithm can pick you up. But on Twitch, if you don't have the viewers, there's nothing you can do. You're at the bottom of the list. Like, you can go on Twitch right now and you can go and then it'll just be like, maybe like 20, 30 top guys, right? And then everything else is like 3 to 1 viewers, and there's like thousands of them. Nobody's ever going to find you, you know? Nobody's ever going to find you.
Platform traffic. So most people aren't making any money. As of 2024, over 90%.
Also, Twitch ad revenue has dropped by like 80% in the past month from what I've heard. A lot of people are very upset about that. It's bad. It's bad. And it's one of those things where it's like, you know, if all of a sudden you're getting hit and you're losing money and this is your full-time job, of course you're going to look for another avenue. You know what I mean? Like, it just makes sense now that multi-streaming is a thing to just put your eggs in all the baskets. You're going to leave money on the table, you know? Let's see, channels grouped by average viewers who streamed on Twitch over the past 30 days. 0 to 5 viewers here. Over 1 million. Over 1 million channels in the past 30 days. Streaming to nobody up to 5 viewers. Is that me right now? That's me right now. It's going to take a while for Twitch to get back on the horse here. But I mean, even look at that, 25 to 50,000. Like, that's 25 is not a lot of viewers. You know, on YouTube, I've gotten up to 600 viewers on YouTube. And back in the heyday when I was like, you know, active, well over 100 every time. But if you look at that, it's a very small percentage of people that are at the top.
Percent of streamers on Twitch average under 5 viewers. And TikTok's rise shows us how quickly the internet can shift. When a platform starts struggling and fails to evolve, it descends.
Your meeting? All right, I'll be quiet. God damn it, Shepard. Thank you, sir. Does it show? Why does that not show up? Oh, it's on YouTube, that's why. I heard the sound. I was like, I think that's my Twitch notification. Hell yeah, Shepard. Thank you, sir.
Into a death spiral. One of the things I learned whenever I led marketing and growth at a social media platform is that social platforms do not blow up overnight. They follow a predictable path of growth. And understanding these 4 stages helps us see exactly where Twitch is starting to fall behind. The first phase is called early adoption. This is where I typically work, so I'm very familiar with this stage of business. So this is a startup or a seed stage company. Maybe they're
Justin TV.
Which just means that they're paying for everything themselves.
All right, the rest of this video, we got to be quiet. ASMR mode. Girlfriend's got a meeting. She won't let me have a streaming room, so I got to deal with the repercussions. She's me mugging me right now. All right, ASMR boys.
And it's very early.
Hell
you really
yeah.
attract like your passionate initial user base, and these people tend to be kind of counterculture early adopters. At this phase, platforms are pretty chaotic, but they can be exciting. The second stage is viral growth. This is when you have word of mouth, influencers, network effects really kick in. And so you attract creators, those creators make content, that content attracts even more creators, and the platform grows to the point where media and investors start to get interested. Twitch had a couple of viral growth stages. I would say 2018, whenever Ninja played with Drake, was massive media.
I was there for that. I remember. I've got a Dr. Lupo and Ninja do all the work t-shirt, St. Jude's. They were doing a fundraiser for St. Jude's. I have in the other room. It might be in the dirty laundry. I still wear it. I remember when I was very new into Twitch. Like, I was a little baby, like 50, 100 followers trying to get big. And I remember when Ninja had like over 100,000 subs and was just taking off on Twitch, man. That was my second apartment, not my third apartment. I remember that. I had my streaming room I had a 2-bedroom apartment. I remember that, man. I remember that.
Media attention kind of for the first time for Twitch. And then in 2020, when the Pandemia Lovato came around, then all of a sudden everybody wanted to take that time to stream on the platform. The third phase is platform maturity. This is when platforms start to focus on the user experience, monetization, user tools. Ad revenue starts to come in, and the platform is not really like cool anymore. You don't have those early adopters at this point. but it is functional. It is usually profitable. This is also when policies, moderation, and algorithms really start to tighten up, because at this point, a platform has attracted so many users, it can become a little culturally chaotic, and they don't want to attract too much negative press that is going to prevent the further growth of the platform. And then the fourth phase is plateau. Growth typically slows because the platform has reached some level of market saturation. Innovation slows. A lot of platforms become risk averse. They have so many users that they don't want to do something drastic that is going to dramatically change their experience and make.
I feel like that's Twitch right now. I mean, they don't want to ban or really hurt their money makers. They want to keep them on the platform because they're making them money, but they're allowing them to get away with stuff that they're banning smaller people for. I don't know. Policy moderation. Twitch could never. What's up, Carl? You're right. It's just because I know a lot of people, like I said, are upset about the 24-hour ban for Hassan on his day off. Like this. And look at Tectone, 2 weeks for calling somebody fat. That's crazy. But I don't know. I know a lot of people are calling for change for Twitch right now. And I mean, with Asmon jumping over multi-streaming to Kick, and a lot of other people jumping over, if Twitch is gonna lose viewership and Kick takes off, Twitch is gonna be forced. But I mean, like, think of it this way: like, competition is good, right? The more, like, when people, like, you know, when we covered all the racing games, the more games that came into the space, it was better for us because it'll force Need for Speed, it'll force The Crew, it'll force, you know, Test Drive, Rip Test Drive, fucking flop. It'll force them to make a better product, right? So if you have more streaming platforms and people go to one, or this one has better features, or this one pays better, people are going to migrate, or they're going to multi-stream and then take away. And then the other one that's like, you know, like Twitch, I feel like right now, they're going to have to step it up to get their viewers back. There's a lot of people that watch Twitch that aren't going to move over. They like Twitch. Twitch is still a good platform. But a lot of people just don't want to move over. It's just, it is how it is. And most people will stay. But I mean, from a creator standpoint, you don't want to just get randomly banned. You know, look at all the people that do this full time. You call somebody fat and you're banned for 2 weeks. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? That's a big hit. Especially if you're a big content creator. You're going to go somewhere else. And then you're going to be like, fuck Twitch. They banned me for 2 weeks. They don't ban these people. They're doing worse things. And then it leaves a sour taste. And then you start making videos and you're pulling audiences over. Come support me over here. Nah, Twitch did me dirty. Twitch did me dirty. Come over here. You know? What's up, Capo? Yeah, Tectone, 100%, man. Yeah, Asmon in 2 days made more with less viewers than he did on Twitch in a month. I don't know. I know Kick, again, sorry, I gotta be quiet. Girlfriend's in a meeting. You won't let me move. Kick does a 95-5 split on subs, which is insane. And I think they pay by the hour. I think Tectone said he got like $300 in like 3 hours, or not, $1,000 in like 3.5 hours. So I don't know. I think it's depending on how many views you get. Like, they pay you per hour. If more people come over and they see how much they're making, I don't know if they can sustain that. Like, their payouts are big. Hey, if it works, it works. But I don't know, you know? Because with Twitch, I think for partners, it's 70-30. That's a reasonable split. Like, it's not cheap to run these websites. So we'll see what happens with Kick now that more people are migrating. But that's what I'm curious to see. Like, can Kick still provide that amount of money to streamers? You know? Oh, you're fine. You haven't missed too much. We watched like 2 videos. We're about to do state of play. Oh, stake, right? All the gambling and stuff. Yeah. But I think Kick, they're not doing like they're not signing people on anymore. Because I think Luminati, I think is his name. He got banned on Twitch recently. I think I don't know. I think Asman covered a video, and then all of a sudden he got unbanned. But he wanted to move the Kick, but he wanted a deal, and they're like, we're not doing that anymore, which is smart on Kick. Like, you're just gonna lose money because, I mean, think about it, right? Some of these streamers get like multi-million-dollar deals. You pay somebody $5 million to come over for a year or two on a contract. You know how much money that is? You know how lazy they're gonna get? They're not gonna have the drive. Like, oh, I already got the bag. I already got the money. I can just hang out and just be boring and not really make any content or make my own content. I can just watch stuff or just hang out. You know what I mean? I think it's a good move not to sign people on anymore. You know, stake makes them a shit ton of money. I mean, gambling's huge, dude. I worked in the casino industry for like 8 or 9 years. People drop cash like crazy, like insane. Like, I've been a blackjack dealer on $50,000 hands. Just, I can get through a hand in 30 seconds. Just dealing, you know? Roulette. Crazy amounts of money. High limit. And then I was a floor supervisor and I was watching it. You know, these guys will lose $1 million in 10 minutes. It's crazy.
Them leave. User experiences tend to degrade due to ads, bad algorithms, or internal politics. This is also when competition starts to emerge. Twitch and X are arguably in this fourth phase right now. Every platform goes through these stages of growth, but the danger comes whenever it experiences, especially stage 4, and fails to adapt. This is when the symptoms of a death spiral start to show and the decline becomes difficult to reverse. When a platform starts to decline, it doesn't happen all at once. There are symptoms of a death spiral that start to show that every creator should know. One symptom is stagnant or declining user growth. This is when a platform fails to bring in new users over an extended period of time.
I mean, it's not dropping, but it's not bringing in new people, right? Like, it's still good numbers, but growth. Overkick, I wouldn't want the nuance or the nuisance streamers. Oh, yeah. I haven't seen an update on Johnny Somali in a while. I gotta look at Atozy. I'm mad if I lose 20, dude. Same. 50K so much I could never gamble.
Or even worse, when users start leaving. There's also a decline in creator enthusiasm.
Yeah, Nut Miskif report that Twitch ad revenue has dropped to an all-time low. What we're talking about, it's making the rounds. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Which is kind of irrelevant. Yeah. I mean, that's why I switched to YouTube back in June of 2019. I've done good. I've just hit 10 million views. You know, I'm not big. I'm trying to grow, and it's been tough, but I mean, it's still way more than I would have done on Twitch. You know what I mean?
This is when top creators either stop posting completely or just...
Wait, is that the guy that is locked up in like Puerto Rico or something? Is it? It looks like him.
Post a lot less frequently, and a lot less new creators are joining the platform. Poor discoverability. You're seeing the same creators over and over. It feels like small to mid-tier creators can't grow, and it's like this closed ecosystem where there's not a lot of growth potential. Lack of investment or innovation is another symptom. This is when there's no new features, creator tools, or exciting changes, and ownership really deprioritizes the platform internally. And then cultural decay or community division.
I mean, all these are amazing points. I mean, like, you know, discoverability is huge, but I mean, that makes sense. Lack of investment or innovation. Like, if you're not constantly trying to be better, like right now, Twitch, I applied for it. basically you can do 2K streams at 1440p. We'll see if I get in, but allowing that for not just the partners for affiliates now, but I mean, then you got to think of it this way. Well, if Twitch is staying stagnant or they're not making enough money, now they're allowing higher bandwidth and video streaming. That's going to be more money out of their pocket. It's not enough to keep people like, oh wow, you can stream at 1440. You're not even going to notice a difference.
The community.
You should be much bigger. Pause. Woo. Dude, I wish I had a new PC. I need one. Yeah, our fiber internet, finally. I had fiber internet like 10 years ago on the East Coast, but Midwest just finally caught up. It'll be 950 download, and then sometimes it'll be 600. 900, 600, 900, 600 upload per computer. 960, 610, 940, 620. My computer won't go above 660. I don't know. It's better than what it was. I can upload a YouTube video in less than a minute now instead of 40 minutes, but it's not stable. So, you know.
Fractures due to politics, drama, or moderation issues, and the community
What is now not possible to report?
really starts to feel more like a battleground than a safe place for people to hang out and have fun. And we've seen these symptoms before, you guys. This is not theoretical. Some platforms were able to recover from the death spiral by reinventing.
Constantly switching the camera and changing perspectives is perfect to keep viewers hooked. Genius.
Themselves. YouTube, Reddit, and Facebook all survived. But there are a lot of platforms that did not make it through. You guys know Vine died. Like, there was no monetization or creator support, and so a bunch of the top creators left, and the platform died. Mixer, awful discovery, no creator.
Didn't Ninja get signed for like it was like 20 million? It was something crazy. You guys remember that? Mixer? Oh man, Mixer. Yeah, Ninja got signed for a shit ton of money. Oh man. Not guilty? Dude, Vine was amazing.
Tools. Even Ninja couldn't save it. Clubhouse. Growth stalled, they had no
Never
engagement loops, and the entire platform collapsed. Many of these platforms collapse because leadership fails to act. So at the heart of all of this is Amazon. Once again, it's time for us to blame Jeffrey Bezos. When Amazon bought Twitch in 2014, myself and all the other streamers on the platform were overjoyed, dude. We thought that we were going to get all the billions of Amazon's dollars thrown into Twitch and that the platform was definitely going to make it. As we all know, that's not what happened. There's been no successful innovation in monetization, creator tools, or discoverability. Prime subs were the only meaningful update since Amazon acquired Twitch.
Which is good, because it's a free sub every month. You know what I mean? Creators were getting more.
And then they laid off hundreds of Twitch employees.
I remember that.
And it's not just Twitch. Amazon has a history of poor performing products. Amazon Game Studios, what is going on? Are you okay? Y'all have had years of failed projects, mismanagement, canceled games. Amazon Live is irrelevant in the US market. Amazon Luna, their cloud gaming platform, nobody
Never heard
uses
of it.
it. Have you even heard of it? These examples reinforce a pattern. Amazon is willing to keep projects alive, but they starve them of the support that they need to thrive. They don't kill them outright, they just let them slowly rot. So here's the reality for you. For years, Twitch felt like the promised land, a place built by gamers for gamers. So streamers invested thousands of hours, built.
I'm not gonna lie, I like that when she's holding me like that and moving me around. I'm gonna start doing that on some of my videos where I'm actually making a video, not reacting. Just carry you boys around. Right? Get up in the bus, sit you down. I gotta get a better camera. I've been rocking this Logitech. It's like the C something. I don't know. It's like the most popular webcam from like 9 years ago. It's still going strong. Yeah, Ninja was making money back in the day. Yeah, Luna, never heard of it. Heard of Stadia? Yeah. Luna? Never.
Built communities from scratch, would grind through the partner process just to hold on to the hope that one day their dream would be a reality. But that big break is really hard. Discoverability is still freaking broken. If you're not,
I mean, look at me. I've literally been doing it for like eight years trying to catch my break. It's tough. Don't give up. You can do it, but it's tough. You can still make extra coin and make some extra money. I mean, I've had months. You guys remember when Test Drive launched? And we had streams with hold on, I have it. Let me pull it up. Where is it? Got it somewhere. Did I delete it? I deleted it. Hold on. I know where it is. $598 peak concurrents. Early access for test drive. 18,000 views. Okay. What about $706 concurrents? 15,000 views. Crew Motorfest Year 2, 500 viewers. We used to have some crazy streams on this channel, but it didn't stick. You know, and that's why people get locked into a certain niche, right? I could just stay with that, but games like the Crew Motorfest don't stay that hype for that long. That's why a lot of people cover game news that's new every day, something else, cover it. You get that view because it's new every day. If you stick with a game like Test Drive or all the racing games I've been doing, you literally, it just gets stagnant. It's not even, you can't even keep those views up for 2 or 3 days. They're done. They're gone instantly. You guys remember when we got view botted? Where was it? I don't know if I have that. Yeah. Remember when we got view botted? 117,000 viewers at one time, but my views were only 2,000. We got view botted. But my point was, even being a streamer with what we had 25,000 subs when Test Drive came out in September. That month I made $3,700 on YouTube. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. And I'm small. You know, these big guys make 50,000 plus a month. So if you can stretch that out, get that on Twitch, get that on YouTube, get that on Kick, you're set. It's just money out there. Take it. You know what I mean? But the point is, like, even if you're small, if you can grab views, you can make money. You can do it. Don't give up. Now, I have yet to even come close to that amount of money. But for the most part, even a channel my size, I do pretty good. And it's 90% ad revenue. So, you know, when a lot of these creators are leaving Twitch because the ad revenue dropped, I feel that. You know, especially if you're a smaller person like me, or you're still trying to grow, you're still trying to get out there, you're grinding, you're making videos, you're just nonstop, years on end. It's tough. It's very tough. The title. Philip DeFranco, I don't know who that is.
not currently big, it's impossible to grow unless.
I remember that. Remember when you get view botted? Yep. Oh. I'm almost a year and contemplated quitting a few times. It's tough. You're gonna have highs, you're gonna have lows. It's harder now than it ever has been. It's rough, man. And like I said, like, that's why these people cover news and they cover current topics and they cover what's drama, and because it's new, it's fresh, they can get the views. It's not like you're doing the same monotonous thing every day and people are like, well, nothing happened. I'm just here for this guy's personality at that point. But like, even Motorfest, we had 500 some viewers day one. The next day I was down to like 120. Third day I was down to like 80 viewers on my stream. nobody sticks around. But if you cover the constant news, new games, there's 2 new games this week, you cover that. The next week you're covering those 2 games. Like, you keep, it's fresh, but it's hard to break into variety streams. It's especially if you're smaller, it's tough.
Unless you grow an audience on a different platform and bring them over to Twitch. Meanwhile, Twitch makes a bunch of
and that's tough. I got almost 33,000 subs on YouTube. I cannot get anybody else to come over to Twitch. No matter how many times I post about it. I'm at what? What are we at on Twitch? 532 followers. If I could even get 1,000 to come over, that'd be great. I'm gonna post every day until people come over. But is my Twitch chat not going over? Mostly watch musicians on Twitch. That's actually kind of cool. Why is that? Weird.
Unpopular changes that don't actually help small or mid-tier creators. The platform isn't solving any of the problems
that combines all my chats into one log.
And every year it becomes more obvious. Twitch isn't prioritizing the people who made it great. Look, I don't want to completely discourage you here. If you still want to grow on Twitch, you can still grow. I talk about that more in this video right here.
Very helpful.
A lot of creators are exhausted.
Been looking at them for years.
They're loyal, but they're stuck. And loyalty in the face of neglect is a trap. So don't worry, baby. Content Mommy is going to help you fix this. Haven't noticed? Yes, I started working on the shelves. I'm hoping by the next video.
I mean, Content Mommy, I've been here for years. I don't think I can see how long, but it's been a long time. Probably since like 2017.
That I'm going to have the desk hardware and the shelves all done, and I can show this.
From people following you because you're first on the content, but when you start making different content, they're like, "What is this?" Exactly.
Or like a project plan or something. Is that a thing that people do? Remember, the best creators are not Twitch streamers. They're content creators who happen to stream on Twitch. I started telling y'all in 2018 that you gotta diversify. If you haven't done it yet, I don't know what to say. The worst thing that you can do is only stream on Twitch. I'm talking a lot more about how to grow on YouTube. You can see that in this video. You can also follow me on Instagram because I talk a lot more about how to grow as a creator over there. I want you to focus more on short form and cross-platform content. I'm running some fun experiments here. I made 3 YouTube shorts and views on my channel increased 313% in 70.
I do agree. But shorts can also kill your long form. Big time. It's tough. Shorts is a very tough game. Very tough.
2 hours. I also want you guys to multi-stream, especially vertical live.
This is what I need to do. Get some verticals going.
Streaming. I've been talking to some creators lately who have actually had genuine, strong discoverability from vertical live. So I'm doing a bunch of research into this and might do a vertical live stream soon. That would be crazy. I haven't streamed in like 5 years. Some of you also need to think about decreasing the amount of time that you stream on Twitch. Depending on where you're currently at in your growth journey, it might actually make more sense for you only to go live like once a week. I need to make another video about this because this is whenever we start to get into like your strategy to becoming a Twitch partner and the growth journey leading up to that point. Of course, build your brand off Twitch, have a Discord server, have a newsletter, have a place where you can contact all of your audience members and promote all of your content to them. Also, I really want you to start thinking about how you're directing traffic from all of the content that you create. Where are you telling people to go? A lot of you are telling people to go and follow you on Twitch, and that is not the right move for you right now. It is not time for you to direct traffic to Twitch unless you're at like 40 or 50 average viewers and you're really thinking it's time to start grinding so that you can hit partner. Even then, once you hit partner, you should be funneling people to other platforms. The reason for this is because the ROI that you'll get from telling people to subscribe to a YouTube channel or follow a TikTok or an Instagram is just a lot higher than getting +1 to a Twitch viewership. And whatever you do, please don't wait until Twitch collapses to adapt. Ultimately, the internet moves fast, and staying stagnant is not an option. If you're a creator, you control your own future. Don't let loyalty to a platform dictate your growth. The opportunity to grow and achieve all the things you want is out there, but you have to be willing to adapt. Take action, take risks, and start building where the future is headed, not where it used to be, which I talk about more in this video. I'll see you over there. Bye! Oh, yes, got it right this time, yeah.
There it is, boys. Like I said, I've watched Ashley since I literally started Twitch, before, when I had no content knowledge at all. Solid. I'm gonna link it in the chat here. Go give it a like. If you're interested in content creation, definitely look up some of her videos. She has some solid stuff. Yes, mommy. You know.